Hi, my name is Prasichik Ogabionsa from San Roque, Daram, Samar, currently living here in Catbalogan City. My course is Bachelor of Science in Information Technology in Samar State University. I'm here to answer some questions about career aspirations and future goals. Career aspirations and future goals. What do you envision yourself doing in the next 5 years? How do you plan to achieve those goals? I see myself that I aim to establish in my teaching career, improving skills through experience and professional development. How has your family or community influenced your career choices? I look up upon the situations in my community, and it's very poor and it's very sad because a lot of people need to be educated, especially children. And that's why they've inspired me by emphasizing the value of education and mentorship. What skills do you think are most important for your future career? The most important skills in my future career is on how to communicate properly, adaptability, problem solving, and teamwork. If you have these factors, you can able to surpass all circumstances in the future. Education and learning experience. How do you feel your education is preparing you for the future workforce? It feels like they're gonna make every student more capable in reality because they train about the future. Education provides us essential knowledge and practical skills, but real world experience is equally important. What changes would you like to see in the school system to better prepare youth for the real world challenges? The changes that I would like to see in the school system is incorporating financial literacy and emotional intelligence and critical thinking into the curriculum. Have you ever felt that school did not address important life skills like financial literacy or emotional intelligence? Yes, this topic often seems overlooked but are critical for success. I feel like dejectedly because school did not address this kind of life skills. Look at now. A lot of students can't even know how to manage financial literacy and emotional intelligence. How has social media influenced your self image or the way you present yourself online? It creates pressure to maintain a polished image, but also help me to connect with others. Do you think social media is more positive or negative for your generation? Why? It may be both because it fosters connections but can lead to mental health issues and misinformation. How do you balance staying connected online with maintaining healthy offline relationships? By setting time limits for social media and prioritizing face to face interactions. Peer pressure and decision making. Have you ever felt pressure by your peers to make decisions you weren't comfortable with? How did you handle it? Yes, I stood my ground by clearly expressing my values. What advice would you give to someone struggling with peer pressure? Stay, stay true to yourself and seek support for trusted friends or adults. How do you stay true to your values in the face of societal pressure? By reminding myself of my goals and the long term consequences of my decisions. Mental health and well being. How do you manage stress and anxiety as a young person to exercise mindfulness and talking to supportive friends or family. How do you think schools and workplaces do enough to address youth mental health? What improvements would you suggest? No. More open discussions and accessible mental health resources are needed. How has the conversations around mental health evolved among your peers in recent years? It's more normalized and seeking help is no longer as stigmatized. Youth and activism. Do you feel that young people have enough influence in driving social change? Why or why not? Yes, especially with social media amplifying their voices, but more involvement is needed. What social or political issues are most important to you and why? Um, education, education reform and climate change, because as they have impact future generations. How do you participate in activism or advocacy, whether in person or online? By raising awareness online and volunteering in local initiatives. Diversity and inclusion. How important it is for you to work or study in an environment that values diversity and inclusion. Um, Extremely important as it promotes fairness and broader perspectives. Have you ever experienced or witnessed discriminations in school or social settings? How did you respond? Yes, a lot. A lot of times that I witness this kind of situations in school. I address it by supporting the affected person and reporting the issue. What can school and communities do to create more inclusive space for youth of all backgrounds? Educate on cultural awareness and enforce anti-discrimination policies.
What do you envision yourself doing in the next 5 years? And how do you plan to achieve those goals? In the next 5 years, I have growth from my career and continue learning and creating more opportunities. How has your family or community influenced your career choices? Family gives me confidence to take risks or follow my passions. What skills do you think are most important for your future career? Uh, any skills, universal skills, which I can be, where I can be more active and will all around. How do you feel your education is preparing for your future workplace? I feel like for my education, I feel like I'm knowledgeable and being exposed to other fields because I'm a physical education student. I feel like I'm exposed to other fields. I enjoy exploring any sports games and any subject that is connected to physical education. How has social media influenced your self-image or the way you present yourself online? So social media influenced me by being confident, like expressing myself through video and post it to online. Do you think social media is more positive or negative for your generation? Why? For me, I think that social media is positive because it helps me to become more aware and updated about what's happening to our surroundings. Next, how do you balance staying connected online with maintaining healthy offline relationships? I balance this by time by and through time management. Have you ever felt pressured by your peers to make decisions you weren't comfortable with? How did you handle it? Right now, I don't feel any pressure because I take my responsibilities with fun. What advice would you give to someone struggling with peer pressure? My advice to someone who is struggling with peer pressure is that to be relaxed and you have to calm yourself so that you can think more wiser and you can think more right decision. How do you stay true to your values in the face of peer or societal pressure? For me, it's staying true to my values would require a combination of self-awareness, resilience, and thoughtful strategies. How do you manage stress and anxiety as a young person? Well, as a young person, I enjoy my studies so that I don't feel any pressure and that's it. Do you feel that young people have enough influence in driving social change? Why or why not? Young people have potential to drive social change, but the extent of their influence depends on variety for both empowers and limiting. What political issues are most important to you and why? For me, it's about mental health awareness because mental health awareness is very important. Um, lalo na sa quality of life because health awareness improves the quality of life. And next, how do you participate in activism or advocacy, whether in person or online? Well, I would say in online because in online I will raise awareness like informative post, not fake post. Next, how important is it for you to work studying environmental values, diversity, and inclusion? For me, it is so important to study because it promotes to have uh, fairness and equality, and bias and not merit. Have you experienced or witnessed discrimination in school or social settings? How did you respond? In school, yes, I've experienced discrimination in our school, and I I saw that it was an equal treatment. And and first first I ensure that the person that feels first I ensure that the person feels safe and supported. I speak up to bring awareness to that issue. At what age do you think young people should start learning about budgeting, saving, and investing? For me, I think young people should start investing, budgeting uh, in 12 to 14 years old. Last one, what role do you think youth should play in addressing global environmental issues? I think it is by advocacy and activism, where the people should participate in an organizational process like movement to draw attention to climate issues and pressure the governments and corporations to take an actions.
Hello, I'm Fiona, and today I will be answering some questions. The first one is, what do you envision yourself doing in the next 5 years, and how do you plan to achieve those goals? Well, I hope to have established a small business in the fashion industry. I plan to start by gaining experiences through collaborations and slowly build a brand using online platforms. Next is, how has your family or community influenced your career choices? Growing up in a creative community inspired me to explore careers in art and design, as I was surrounded by local artists and their stories. Third one is, what skills do you think are most important for your future career? It will be communication, teamwork, and leadership skills. It will help me navigate clients and project management roles. Fourth question is, how do you feel your education is preparing you for your future workforce? Well, the focus on teamwork, presentations, and research assignments has helped me develop my collaborative and analytical skills that is needed for workforce. Fifth question is, what changes would you like to see in the school system to better prepare youth for real-world challenges? Well, for me is incorporating internships and apprenticeships alongside academics can provide hands-on experiences. Next is, how social media influence your self-image or the way you present yourself online. Well, I use social media to showcase my creativity and passion, which also helped me to boost my confidence. Another question is, do you think social media is more positive or negative for your generation, and why? Well, I think it's both, because while it allows self-expressions, it also gives off unrealistic expectations and mental health challenges. How do you balance staying connected online with maintaining healthy offline relationships? Is to set specific times for social media, use it so it wouldn't interfere with your personal relationships. What advice would you give someone who is struggling with peer pressure? to find supportive friends who respect your decisions and build your self-confidence. How do you stay true to your values in the force of peer or societal pressure? Well, I lean on my family and mentors to reinforce my values when I feel conflicted. 14 is, do you think school and workplaces do enough to address youth mental health? And what improvements would you suggest? Well, to workplaces, they should foster environments that prioritize balance and offer mental health resources. 15 is, how has the conversation around mental health evolved among your peers in recent years? Well, conversations about mental health have become common, especially online and in youth. Next is, how do you manage stress and anxiety as a young person? Well, I manage stress by spending time with my friends, pursuing hobbies, and taking breaks whenever needed. 16 is, do you feel that young people have enough power in driving social change? Why or why not? Well, to me is no. Young people opinions are often overlooked because of their age, even though they have innovative ideas and energy for change. 17 is, what social or political issues are most important to you and why? Mental health awareness is important because it impacts to many people, yet it is often under prioritized. How do you participate in activism or advocacy, whether in person or online? I volunteer for local community events and organizations that works on causes like environmental protection. How important is it for you to work on or study in an environment that values diversity and inclusion? I believe inclusive environments help people feel safe, protected, respected, and valued.
Hi, I'm Luchime B. Lahera, and I will be answering the questions of career aspirations and future goals. So, number 1, what do you envision yourself doing in the next 5 years, and how do you plan to achieve those goals? I see myself owning a business, restaurant business, or a cafe business. So, to achieve this, I have to save up for that business to happen. So, I have to attend seminars, attend startup on how to manage, how to start a business, how to handle business. So, and to talk to people that have business, how did they do it, to gain more knowledge and more ideas on how will I focus, on how will I make that business happen. Number 2, how was your family or community influence your career choices? My parents taught me that to be able to achieve your dreams or goals, you have to work hard for it. So, since I am working in my tita's company, so the family really influenced me to start my own business because the way they manage their business is so really motivating. So that's why I'm so motivated to have my own business soon. So number 3, what skills do you think are most important for your future career? I think the most important for my career is the communication, teamwork, leadership skills, how to and how to handle your people for the smoothness of the business. You have to really listen to your people, listen to your staff, and to navigate clients, you have to have a good communication skills with them. Be open and transparent to your people and or your staff or your clients for the business to maintain and to grow more. So number 4, how do you feel your education is preparing you for the future workforce? In my class, they really taught me. I learned so many things about the ideas of the business, how to manage your business, what marketing strategies you have to do, you have to learn for your businesses to grow, to ensure your people. You have to be mindful of everything. You have to be hands-on. So that is what my education really taught me. Number 5, what changes would you like to see in the school system to better prepare youth for real-world challenges? School should introduce the real world as early as being a student, so that students when they be outside in the real world, they will not be shocked. So to do this, they have to prepare the students for the real world scenarios, and school should be focusing more on emotional of the students when facing hardships outside, working with pressure, working with, even if you have problems, still you're working. So that's the more focus of the school, to really put the students in a real world scenarios. So number 6, have you ever felt that school did not address important life skill like financial literacy or emotional intelligence? Since I am a business management student, some of the financial literacy or emotional intelligence is really not the focus of the school. So the school rarely talk about how to be financially stable, how to save up, how to manage your finances, how to manage your money. So I think rarely. So number 7, it's social media and its impact. So number 7, how has social media influenced your self-image or the way you present yourself online? So sometimes social media is a little bit pressuring, because in social media you have to be like the perfect one, because if you're not, there's so many bashers. So you have to really like not act the way you are, not talk, or not voicing out your real opinion, because somewhat you think that sometimes there will be bashing and other people will not agree on your opinions and your ideas in social media. So number 8, do you think social media is a more positive or negative for your generation? Why? Social media is both positive and negative. It is just in the way how you handle or how you see it. So mostly in this generation now, social media is very negative one, since social media has a lot of bashing, has a lot of, you can find fights, you have chaos in social media. So it's really a negative one. Because also you have, as others experience cyberbullying and struggles on the social media, like you spend more hours in your social media than in real world. So number 9, how do you balance staying connected online with maintaining healthy offline relationship? For me, I limit my screen. I limit my screen time to time so that I can talk to the real people in my surroundings personally, talking face to face, not only online. And when we have reunions or group meetings, I set aside my phone to talk to people in front of me. So another category, peer pressures and decision making. So number 10 question, have you ever felt pressured by your peers to make decision you weren't comfortable with? And how do you handle it? I handled peer pressure by avoiding environments where I felt uncomfortable, unvalued, and I handled it with the way that I surround myself with supportive friends, supportive loved ones, so that even if I'm pressured, I know that I have a really strong backbone. That's my family. So, number 11 question, what advice would you give to someone struggling with peer pressure? Find supportive friends. Find your strong, supportive friends. So, that will not really put you into pressure. So, build your self-confidence. Be yourself all the time. Be yourself and just be good to other people. So number 12, how do you stay true to your values in the face of peer or societal pressure? Practicing a strong mind, and self-reflection helps me stay grounded in my beliefs. So don't let yourself be influenced by others. Just stay focused and believe in what you are believing. Number 13. How do you manage stress and anxiety as a young person? Oh, I manage stress by spending time with my brothers, talking to them even if it's nonsense. Watching movies to divert my attention to other things. Cleaning our house, cleaning my room, my bed, so to avoid thinking about that stress. So number 14. Do you think schools and workplaces do enough to address youth mental health? What improvements would you suggest? No. Schools should provide. Do you think schools? No. And they don't really address schools and workplace, because in addressing your mental health, it is you and other professionals to address it. You need help to psychiatrists and other professionals for this to be addressed. not in the school and not in the workplace. So, what improvements would you suggest? I think schools and workplaces should have at least once a month for the mental health awareness of the students and their staffs. So to avoid to avoid stress and about the mental health, you have to engage in something that will address this, like seminars on how to manage. So number 15, how has the conversation around mental health evolved among your peers in recent years? Well, while awareness has improved, there's still a long way to go normalize seeking help. You should have, if you feel that your mental health is not okay, it is really normal and it is very important to seek help, to talk to someone that can understand you about what you are going through. So don't be afraid to open up. We have to learn how to open up our problems or that the way we think or what we are thinking. So number 16, do you feel that young people have enough power in driving social change? Why or why not? It depends. Because mostly the youth of this generation is so very lack of thinking or clouded minds, where this generation, youth of just this generation is really not into driving social change. They are not really focused on the change. They hate change. So I think it depends. It depends on the youth and how that youth or how that person or what does that person surrounds. So number 17, what social or political issues are most important to you and why? For me, social political issues. For me, the equality and the human rights. Human rights because the mostly of the benefits of the people today is being limited because you know about the issues of our government, our leaders. So I think the most important is that the human rights, the benefits also of the workers. So number 18, what do you participate in activism or advocacy, whether in personal or online? How do I participate or advocacies? To be honest, I really don't participate. I really don't participate, so I will not be I will not answer this question. So number 19, how important is it for you to work or study in an environment that values diversity and inclusion? It's really extremely important. Because diversity allows people from different cultures, different beliefs to collaborate with others, for them to learn another, or to be knowledgeable at least a bit of others' belief and culture. So number 20, have you ever experienced or witnessed discrimination in school or social settings? And how did you respond? Yes, I did experience discrimination in school because of the way I am, or the way because of my weight. So I did experience this. And how did I respond? I didn't even respond. I just do what I did was right. I didn't mind them. I just did my own, and I did boost my self-confidence for me to not be shaken or not be bothered by them for how they talk to me about my weight. I just loved myself more for that. That's the way that is my response. I really did not confront them, but rather I focused on making my mind unbothered and loving myself as I am, for me to build more about my self-confidence, and didn't even bother them. So that's all. Thank you.